I'm here at GTC 2024 with Fo Chang from Lenovo, and I came here because you guys probably have the most impressive showing of all the GPU accelerated options. So I was hoping you could kind of walk me down the line here of what we're looking at.
Sure. So this first system here is our mock-up of the GB200 for MBL. Nvidia announced this new graphics chip at this show.
Yes.
And so we prepared a mock-up of what the potential system can look like. Okay, this is designed to be a rack deployment with 4 of the B200s with 2 of the Gray CPUs.
With liquid cooling.
Yes, with liquid cooling.
So
with the amount of power that's in this system, you need liquid cooling. It's no longer an option.
So, I mean, that's a question I guess I do want to ask you is, you know, on the liquid cooling solution, does that require the entire data center, or does that require maybe just a rack mount, or does that require a separate cooling system per, like, 1 rack or 10 racks?
So it all depends on how much you're deploying.
Yeah.
Right? There are solutions for doing a single rack or entire data center. So the CDUs can be as small as something that can sit inside the rack, or
copper rack,
or something that can run an entire pod, which is usually 10 to 20 different racks. Just depends on how much of the power it's trying to dissipate. Okay. So it really depends on what your deployment target is. So if your deployment target is a single rack, you can do the in-rack CDU with the air to liquid handler right next to it. And it can be completely independent of everything else.
Okay, great. Okay. What do we got next?
This is our GH200. Nvidia announced this last year. It's a single socket design. And then this on this side, and then the one over there is their Gray CPU super chip. It's fundamentally 2 of the Gray CPUs in a super chip module. Both of these are based on the MGX architecture from Nvidia.
Okay.
And these are just design exercises that we have that's based on 2 of the GH200s. So we were just trying to figure out packaging-wise, can we actually do this? And so we figured out a way to do it. And we're also looking at this as potentially a precursor to an air-cooled version of the GB200.
So these aren't necessarily production units.
No, they're
just
not. They're design exercises.
Design exercises.
Right. And then this one here is our 4U MGX. It's designed to house PCIe GPU cards. So the ones that are in here today are the L40S.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people are using these cards for inference modeling. And this is based on an Intel CPU. So this is more of a traditional GPU server design with an Intel front end and a GPU back end.
So, I mean, if I'm looking at this configuration versus the, more dense configuration where I'm actually putting the chips down, what's the difference in efficiency between the 2?
Well, so efficiency is really one of those topics that are really hard to discuss, okay? But fundamentally, what you're looking at here is a different category of GPUs, right? The GH200s are based on the H100, which is their current top end prior to Monday. So that's where the high performance variants of the GPU are. Okay. So that's why you see different categories of GPUs for different applications, and they also operate at different power levels. So when you say efficiency, is it at measuring the performance, overall power consumption? There's a lot of different variables in there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So there's a whole vibe to it.
Excuse me. Why don't we jump to the end there?
Santa Fe.
Okay. So this is our 8-way HGX system. This is liquid cooled. The one next to it is our 8-way HGX that's air cooled.
Okay.
So with the liquid cooling, you're able to compact the system down to 5U versus the 8-way air cool that's actually 8U.
Okay. And where is the switch?
So there's an NVLink switch built in as part of the GPU complex at the bottom of the system.
Okay.
So it's actually the bottom third of the system.
Do you have to liquid cool the switch too?
Yes.
Okay.
So in terms of the HGX GPU complex, all the GPUs and the NVLink switch that's on the board are all liquid cooled.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your help, and I appreciate the tour, especially of all the latest and greatest GPUs.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by.